Hi there, Jim from the Fleet Office here. Just wanted to make a quick video to show you how easily we create a contract for assets that go on hire, whether internally or externally, and how easily we synchronize with Xero. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to create a new contract. I'm not going to do a quote in this case, but so that we've got a purchase order from the client, pick the division, the start date, let's do it for this month. Pick our internal salesperson so we know what's going on. Might give them a 4% discount, feeling generous. And the client will use demo client 1. Contacts are already loaded up from where we've done our client information. We'll say that the site is in Brisbane time. Obviously important for calculating your stand downs, hence it's a must-have field. Therefore, I've created the main sheet of my contract. I'm only going to add one asset, make sure it's nice and quick, which is an excavator. We'll put this 22-ton excavator on. Put a test information in. We can change the actual time of the information, therefore half day and whatnot. Up here, say that it's on a daily hire, 5 days a week. Happy days, creating our total there. With the attachments, it's already got attachments by default with this asset, so I'm not going to do anything there. I don't need to. If I was going to send anything out with it, I would add them there. Therefore, they would show on hire contract, and they would also be charged relevant amounts. I go on and save. I've now got my contract built with my attachment and my assets on it. I can add labour or transport if I need to. If I wanted to change it to wet hire, I would literally just tick this box here. Not going to do that. So I am going to go ahead now that I've created that asset, and I'm going to change the status to on hire. We've got, it's already past the date. I go ahead and save. My contract is contract 13 and my client is demo client 1. Now, by client, you can set up automatic invoicing, so at the end of every month it will calculate what the charges have been, it will subtract any stand downs, and it will give you the invoice created ready for exporting into Xero. Because we're middle of the month, I'm going to create one of those right now. It might be a pound application customer. So I go in here, I pick the client, we said demo client 1, going to load up my contracts, we said contract 13, therefore the full contract period is the 1st to the 30th of July. In here we'll pick the 1st, and we'll do it up to today, which is the 15th. I'll pick a due date of a couple of weeks away. Therefore, it's gone on and it's calculated all of the costs for those. I don't worry about these rates. This is because I'm not in here as an administrator, and this administrator function will be checked before you can go out and create an invoice, making sure that the rate that has been individually created in here is correct. Make sure your salespeople are actually adhering to your company policies. So I've got all of my units, it's calculated what that invoice should be, and I go ahead and save that now. So my invoice is actually created. If I go back to invoices, you can see that invoice down at the bottom, invoice 7, demo client 1 for half of this month. When I go over to my finance settings, if I'm not already logged into Xero, which is about to do, it's now logged into Xero. These pieces are set up by your administrator, but you can go in and change that at any time. The key thing, when you want to map your hireable items, you go in and you select which part your asset income goes to in Xero. So if I go ahead and disconnect and reconnect up, you'll see that it will log me in via my Xero dashboard. It's going to connect up to my organizations. I'll continue and it will take me back to FleetHire. I've got it confirmed, I'm logged in. Therefore, when I go to synchronize, by hitting the synchronize now button, it will look in and out of Xero, make sure that everything, right account, right customer, bring in information that it needs to, and it's gone ahead and synchronized that one item. If I go back to my invoice and have a little look at it, it should tell me Xero syncing is one direction. So I cannot change that at the moment, and that's a good thing because the point of truth is now Xero. We've moved from FleetHire into Xero. If I go into Xero and look at my invoices owed to you, it now sits in Xero as a draft invoice. Here is the exact invoice that we just brought across. Have a look at it in detail. All the items are there with the dates, the due date, everything brought across. What you can see here is it's gone to the right chart of accounts that I wanted to, that's set up at the very beginning. So my attachments and equipment get the income that they require, and my client gets the income that it requires. So all I would do here is go ahead and approve. Obviously in Xero I can approve as many as I want once they're moved across. And now if I want to go into accounting and look at my profit and loss, I will have income against both equipment and plant broken down in my profit and loss. Depends on how you guys set up your profit and loss, and I can see the information I need to see. I can go into plant hire income here. Because we utilize tracking codes, I can go into my report settings and add asset ID to my tracking codes, and I can see that EX01 has earned me that income for that plant hire income transactions. Obviously, this is a very simplistic way of looking at it, but it shows the method that we use and how easily we synchronize. It's very, very smart. If I change any detail in Xero with any of these figures, dates or times, it will automatically synchronize with FleetHire to keep FleetHire up to date. Once we synchronize the first time and create that invoice, Xero, your accounting software, becomes your point of truth. Get in touch if you want to learn some more.